2025, but this year's announcement has created more concern than relief among pensioner households. Energy prices remain unpredictable, inflation continues to pressure everyday expenses, and many older adults are already struggling to keep up with rising living costs. For millions, the winter fuel payment isn't just helpful, it's essential. But while the payment is continuing in 2025, the rules surrounding it have changed in ways that could affect who receives it, how much they get, and whether their payment arrives on time. The Department for Work and Pensions has tightened eligibility requirements, updated age thresholds, expanded restrictions, and introduced strict new banking checks. These changes mean that some pensioners who previously received the payment automatically may now need to take action to avoid losing out. This video will walk you through every important detail step by step so nothing is missed. You'll know exactly who qualifies, who might be excluded, how much you can expect, when payments will arrive, and what has changed this year. Throughout the explanation, you'll hear simple examples and scenarios to help you understand whether you or someone you know is affected. By the end, you'll have the clearest and most complete guide to the Winter Fuel Payment 2025 available online, and hopefully, you'll feel more confident and prepared before the cold weather arrives. The government has confirmed that the scheme will continue, but far fewer people will qualify automatically. In the past, most pensioners didn't need to apply, the payment simply appeared in their bank account. However, 2025 introduces a much stricter set of rules. To be included automatically, your date of birth must fall on or before 24 September 1959. In other words, you need to be at least 66 by the end of September 2025. Even missing the cutoff by a single day could mean you are no longer eligible for automatic payment. The DWP will check your national insurance record, your state pension record, and your residency details, but anyone who has recently moved house, changed their bank account, or spends part of the year abroad may not be picked up by the automatic system. These individuals are being told to update their information as early as possible or risk delays. The key message is simple: if your personal details have changed in any way over the last year, you cannot assume the DWP already knows. Now let's talk about payment amounts. While the winter fuel payment continues to be age-based, the exact figures have been adjusted for 2025. Pensioners aged between 66 and 79 will receive between £250 and £350. Those aged 80 or above will receive between £350 and £600, with the highest amount going to pensioners who live alone. However, unlike in 2022 or 2023, there will be no additional cost of living top-up this year. This means some pensioners may notice their payment is smaller than what they received during the peak of the cost of living crisis. Living arrangements also play a major role. A pensioner who lives alone receives the highest rate. If you share your home with another qualifying pensioner, the amount is divided. Living with younger adults may change the payment again, depending on the household's income and benefits. Pension credit, for example, can increase the overall support for some households. This is why it's extremely important to report any changes to the DWP. Moving in with family, a partner joining the home, or living alone for the first time all affect the final payment. One of the biggest changes in 2025 is the introduction of stricter exclusion rules. Pensioners who live abroad in warmer countries could lose eligibility entirely. New temperature-based rules mean that if you reside in a country where the winter climate is significantly warmer than the UK, you may no longer qualify. This impacts people living in regions such as southern Spain, Cyprus, Malta, Portugal, and certain parts of France. The idea behind these changes is that the payment is designed specifically for colder climates. However, pensioners on official government postings or military assignments remain eligible. In addition to temperature rules, anyone who spends more than 4 weeks outside the UK may be disqualified unless they meet specific exceptions. Pensioners in long-term hospital care, or those living in certain residential facilities, may also lose their entitlement. The DWP has emphasized that individuals who rely only on private pensions and do not receive a state pension record will likely need to apply manually. Another major update is the expansion of anti-fraud banking checks. These new checks are expected to cause delays for thousands of pensioners. The DWP will now cross-verify national insurance records, check bank account details, confirm the address on file, and match information with HMRC records. Any mismatch, even something as small as a different middle name, a newly updated bank account, or an address change can cause the system to pause your payment automatically. Current estimates suggest that as many as 120,000 pensioners could face delays because of these stricter checks. For anyone who has recently moved or changed their bank account, this is especially critical. If you switch banks between August and November, your payment may go to the wrong place or fail entirely. The DWP has also warned that the winter fuel payment helpline will not assist with missing payments until 15 December, meaning you could be left waiting longer than expected if details aren't updated in advance. So when will payments be made? The official payment window runs from 11 November to 15 December 2025. Most pensioners are expected to receive their payment toward the end of November. But because of the new verification process, exact dates can become uncertain. Any changes to your personal information address, name, bank account should be reported to the DWP months earlier, ideally before September. Some pensioners living overseas will still be eligible, but only if they reside in a country with winter temperatures comparable to the UK. This usually means certain northern European countries. Anyone living in warmer climates is likely to be excluded under the 2025 rules. Again, exceptions exist for military families, civil servants, or individuals protected under specific benefit regulations. But thousands of overseas pensioners are expected to lose eligibility this year. While the winter fuel payment is a major source of support, it is not the only benefit available. Some pensioners may access additional help through pension credit, the warm home discount, cold weather payments, or disability-related benefits. In many cases, pension credit is the key that unlocks multiple forms of assistance. Depending on circumstances, extra winter support can reach more than £1,000 across different schemes. Some benefits are automatic, while others must be applied for, so it's worth checking what else you may be entitled to. With so many rule changes taking effect, the DWP is strongly advising pensioners to complete several important steps before November 2025. Make sure your bank details are correct. Ensure your address is updated. Confirm that your national insurance record reflects your current information. Report any changes in your household, such as who you live with or whether someone has moved out. Tens of thousands of payments fail every year due to outdated information. 2025 is expected to be even stricter. The winter fuel payment remains one of the UK's most valuable and widely used benefits for older adults. It offers stability and reassurance during the coldest months of the year. But this year, the rules have become more complex, the requirements tighter, and the risks of delays higher. Many pensioners who assume they will receive the payment automatically may be surprised to discover that their details are incomplete or their eligibility has changed. Being informed and taking action early is the best way to protect your payment. With November approaching, now is the time to check your records, update your information, and make sure everything matches what the DWP has on file. Doing so can prevent frustration, delays, or the possibility of missing out entirely. If you found this detailed guide helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on pensions, benefits, and all the latest DWP changes. Staying informed is the best way to stay protected, especially in a year where so many new rules are coming into force.